Number 8 is considered as a number of justice also. It's a very fair number. Like its approach towards life is to balance things, and they understand very well what is right and what is wrong, and they prefer maintaining or striking that balance of making sure that things functioning as whether right or wrong, and being very observant. They acquire a lot of knowledge also, and if they see anybody getting bullied or anybody in trouble, they will positively move ahead and come to strike a balance for those people and help them out to come out of that difficult situation. Hi, this is Kanika. Today I shall be talking about number 8 again. I've made one video before on number 8. So this is the second episode. I thought there is still quite a bit of information that I need to share regarding number 8. So whatever I can finish in this video, I shall, and the rest I shall pursue in my next episode if I do make one for number 8. Number 8 people, if you see we're talking about the temperament just now. Number 8 people, if you see their body language, you will usually find their structures, they're broad shouldered or rounded, they times slightly bent forward, and they have a very angry look on their face. Expression is very stern and tight, and they don't meet people with open arms or with as though they've lost somebody and they're so happy to see them, whether it's a close one or it's someone for the first time. They pull back a bit and meet anybody, and then gradually when they get to know you well and they get comfortable with you, then you can see that they are very witty and humorous, and they have a good side to them which is likable. And one thing about number 8 is that number 8, if they're two siblings and the younger one is a number 8, and the elder sibling could be any other number, but number 8 usually look older than their age. It just so happens that they look older, and if the younger sibling is an 8, so that sibling shall look older than the older sibling. So somehow they look older than what they actually are. And they are very hardworking, they are achievers, they try to reach heights and levels and accomplish tasks which are assigned to them. They are focused about what they do, but they do work very hard. But when it comes to achieving the result, they do not get the result that for the work that they have done. If they deserved maybe an 80-90% advantage, they may not end up getting that. They may just get lesser. What I mean to say is that whatever work they do not get the fruits of the work that they've done. They'll always get it lesser than what they have done, though they deserve more. And they do have to go through difficult situations in life, and they like to learn a lot of things, new things, and try them out. And they're good learners. They like to pick up new things, and they have a potential in themselves also that they have the tendency to pick up things very fast and very good at executing their jobs. They're good but hard taskmasters. If they take work out of people, they're very stern and strict and maybe aggressive while having work executed from people who are working for them. And if somebody is not even working for them and it's just an acquaintance, if they have to say something to that person, they shall say it. They're very similar in a few things. They're similar to number four. And in the entire numerology, number four and number eight are two numbers which slightly controversial. They are their ups also and their downs also. So number eight is also considered one of those numbers which has its certain times when things do not go in favor of them in spite of doing their work so well and not getting that recognition that they deserve. They have a very strong willpower, which is the main quality in them which takes them far. Far in the sense that they, even if they are struggling, even if they're going through a hard time, they continue with working towards their goal, and they do not leave any task unfinished. They will keep working, slogging. They have a lot of curiosity in them that if they are in any profession that they're pursuing, they like to go deeper into it and get to know more about what they are into. And they do have a lot of obstacles in their path. They do come their way, but they are fighters. They have a lot of patience. They know there is an obstacle, they will still fight it. And they will reach the end result, finish the job they've taken, and then maybe sit back, and feel that yes, we've achieved something. But it is a struggling number, and many people do not reach where they want to reach. They have a lot of leadership qualities. Number four and number eight are two numbers which, of course, I've said about one also, but then those qualities are leadership in their professions or whatever. Here I'm talking about when it comes to politics or administration. And so number four and number eight are very, very good at politics, administration. Like, for example, our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, he's a number eight. You can see his leadership qualities he has and the way he's administering the country or taking care of things. So they have that ability to take care of the political aspects. And for sure, if any number eight or a four goes into politics, they shall surely attain success. Whether this is a profession which one could say is designed for them. So they should give it a thought if they ever reach a point where they think about what should they do in life. And they are go-getters. The children of number eight, when the number eight children, in their early years, they are a bit lazy. They're not very hardworking, but they fill up for it as time passes. They tend to let go of their laziness, and then they become very hardworking. But initial stage, this. So you'll always get to see two sides of number eight. Either the number eight would be very, very hardworking, or few, I could say, grown-ups could be very, very lazy. So it depends upon their other numbers also, how they are acting upon them or how they are playing a role in their lives. Number eight is considered as a number of justice also. It's a very fair number. Like, its approach towards life is to balance things, and they understand very well what is right and what is wrong, and they prefer maintaining or striking that balance of making sure that things functioning as whether right or wrong, and being very observant. They acquire a lot of knowledge also, and if they see anybody getting bullied or anybody in trouble, they will positively move ahead and come to strike a balance for those people and help them out to come out of that difficult situation. Because 8 is a number of judgment. So whatever karma that number 8 people do in their present life, they will get the fruits of it in this life itself. So if they've done something good, they are going to benefit by getting good results or good karma. And if they have done something which is unethical or which is against morality, then they have to pay for it in this life itself. So they should always watch their karma whenever they, in whatever kind of way they interact with people or they function in life. They have to be very careful about this because anything doesn't come easy to them. It's not easy to acquire what they wish all the time. If anything comes to them, it'll come slowly and gradually. So they have to watch this. It's very important. Let's talk about number 8's drawbacks. Now, number 8 has certain drawbacks, like I had said just now, that they are lazy. And they are lazy people who need to be pushed and pulled out of, like their bed and dragged to work. But once when they start, they overcome their laziness, then of course they tend to achieve. But whatever they achieve just because they work very hard and then eventually get a result which may not satisfy them. They have a lot of struggles related to finance, like you could call loans and debts and all those kind of things, which can cause a lot of problem for them to function, because money is always an issue for them. Very few you will find number 8 who are doing very well financially and getting things in an easy way. It's not very easy for number 8 to obtain financial gain very easily. It's not very easy. But if they do, it's after a lot of hard work. And the irony is that once when they reach a certain age and they have received or achieved whatever they wanted to achieve, by then they don't want it anymore. So if they have worked towards anything, maybe a business or a venture that they've really put in a lot of effort, then they will, by the time they do get a good result out of it, they don't want it. So that's a thing that is weird. First they want it, then they don't want it. It's like they waited too long for it. And they are so engrossed in their work and their lives that because of this, it hampers their relationships at times with their spouse or their family members or anybody else that they're living with. They tend to forget they have a family, they have people waiting for them. They lose track of time. They're so engrossed in work that they never ever come to know where to balance out in their personal relationships and in their work. And it's not even that they're very swift at doing their work, but of course very hardworking, and due to which they have to balance out in their family lives, because it does affect the way of functioning is such, because they're not very planned. So they have to function overtime at times, and then they're so involved in their work that they don't remember their families at all. So this is one thing that they need to work on. And as I was saying, that they can have a lot of loans and debts to repay, which would never suit them if they ever were under debts or loans, because they will always pull them down. So, and usually number 8 people will be known or shall know for themselves that they do have a lot of debts on them, and or they've incurred some losses in some business or something. So that is one thing they must keep away from as much as they can, because it will hamper a lot of other things besides their financial condition. And anyway, it's a struggling number, so it's better to manage in less than rather than struggle much more and you're unable to pay back the debts that you have. Number 8 are not very lucky in their love affairs. They do not succeed. Like when you reach to a point where you can say that, yes, I have a beautiful relationship, or I am very happy that I am in a very good relationship. It usually doesn't go with them. Their relationships usually can be a failure because of their bad habits. The thing is that when they are disheartened, or they feel that life is not just, they turn to a lot of bad habits, and that's a way of escaping situations. But if they have a lot of bad habits, their relations will always get affected. And usually number eights who have who have a lot of bad habits, like smoking, drinking, or maybe taking drugs, gambling, anything. It could be anything, or any one bad habit also is enough to make you lose everything that you have in life. So you have to be very careful that you cannot lose everything. And one wrong step of yours can make you reach a level from where you will never be able to rise again. So you need to be careful about the company you keep and the habits that you follow. One more thing about number 8 is that usually in all numbers have a friendly number and an enemy number. But number 8 is a number which should definitely keep away from a number 8. Number 8 can harm a number 8 itself. So if ever they are into partnership or into business or their life partner, they should never have a number 8 as a partner also. It will not be successful, the relationship. So they have to keep away from number 8, because that number code is not in favor of them. They themselves are struggling, the other number 8. So why you can't invite more trouble for yourself by involving yourself with another number 8. So this is one thing that you must keep in mind whenever getting to know people, and be sure that you will have some problem or the other if you are associated with the number 8. Like, for example, there are certain families where the father and the son, they both are a number 8. Now, if they are in the same, if the son is also going to come and pursue the same profession as the father, if it's a business, they're never going to get along well. They will never be able to work together, business together. It'll always go against them, or it'll totally finish. So they should keep away from number 8. And now let's talk about their career. What should be their choice if they are pursuing careers? What would go in favor of them? They could deal in raw materials, and or even any material that you get from below the earth, like minerals or archaeology or anything such. That is very suitable for them. They can do a business in iron and like cars or technical things, agriculture, as I said before, and printing, because number 8 is associated with ink, writing with ink. So if they go into printing and in the media, or if they're doing some work related to printing, that would also suit them and go in favor of them. As I said, politicians, of course, they would make very good politicians. And but there's one thing that even in spite of saying that number 8 should involve or if they get a chance to get into iron business, but still it is a business meant for them, but at times it can go against them also. So it's very unpredictable whether iron business can suit them, and it cannot suit them also. So that's like taking a chance. So, but other things like as I just said, raw materials. All these things they should give more priority to. Okay, since it's a number of justice, so they would make very good lawyers or be on administrative posts or maybe a position of a judge in a court. This is also a very, very fruitful thing for them because it's within them to be very, very just, and so they would make very good lawyers or judges also. So this is also an important and very good profession for them because see, everybody doesn't like to do business or whatever name I've taken about the names I've taken about doing. Maybe it's a number 8 is not interested, but usually you do get to see a lot of number 8s in politics or on administrative posts. So whatever you pursue, you just need to remember that you have to be watchful, and everything can go in your favor also, and it could, especially iron. You have to be careful of that. So I would suggest that you should not take a chance with iron because the other things are all safe. They're safer than iron. Iron is a very heavy material to work with, and iron doesn't suit everybody who is into the iron ore business. So other things, of course, whatever I mentioned, they can get into those, and they shall help them if they do these things. Now we'll talk about their luck. How lucky are they? I just said that their own number is not lucky for them. So they have to keep away from an 8. Anything that happens on an 8, a date, a year, your birth, running year, you have to be very careful. Number 8s have to watch it. The best numbers for them 1, 3, 5, and 6. And if you want to see which is the best out of those, then you just put it the other way around, like 5, 6, 3, and 1. These are the 4 numbers that would go with them and benefit to them as much as these numbers can give benefit to them. As I said, anything they wish to do, they're starting anything new, or they're going to a doctor, visiting a doctor, or any accomplishment that they're going for, maybe an appointment or for an examination or anything, they should do it on these dates only 1, 3, 5, and 6, and preferably 5, 6, 3, and 1, and not at all dates that fall on the 8th. So, like I said, all years, like next year, 2024 is a number 8. So, they just need to be careful health wise and be watchful. See, 24/7, no number can be watchful about themselves or thing, because you tend to forget that if a certain year is not good for you, you can't, and you're told that this year you're not going to have good relations with people. Now, throughout the year, you can't behave yourself. If it has to happen, it'll happen. But yes, if you keep it as a focal point that yes, since number 8 is anyway a harmful number for me, then I should try to keep it at bay. So stay away from number 8. Don't do anything on a number 8, 17, or 26. And anything that you want to go in favor of you, then those 4 dates that I've said you should function. Yes, of course, I've said all about number 8 till now is in the second episode of mine regarding number 8. Rest, I have a lot of information collected to discuss it in my next video, which will be the 3rd episode of number 8, where I shall try to finish the entire content of knowing the unlucky numbers or the more things that are not good for them or which they are what are against them. And I forgot to say that their lucky days are Friday, and their colors are best colors that go with them are green, blue, gray, and they love black. All number 8s will surely love black, and that is one color they should keep away from as much as they can. I mean, in a way, it should not be in their wardrobe at all. Keep away from black as much as you can. And now I shall end here and get my next video ready. Till then, I hope you get to see all my videos and to enjoy them. And of course, if anybody feels like voicing anything or thinks that they need to ask a question, or they feel that whatever I said about the number 8 does not coincide with them, you can always write in the comment box, and I could maybe answer to you regarding what your question is. So let's meet up in our next video, and do see the rest of the videos that I want to do. Thank you.